Branding yourself begins with self-reflection. Taking stock of your strengths. Is there a particular talent that helps you shine? In this series, founder of Pierre Branding Group, Lydia Pierre, sits down with the executives and entrepreneurs to shed light on why it is important to brand yourself and get ahead. On this episode of Brand Yourself and Get Ahead, we discuss what it takes to brand a nonprofit organization. Joining me is Dr. Elna Poulard, CEO, founder, and president of Family Support Circle Incorporated. Better known as FSC, the organization has locations in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, several parts of Georgia, and has also expanded to Haiti to help and aid young people in need of quality education and a better way of life. Dr. Poulard devotes her time to serving youth as well as serving as a mentor to those who have a desire to start a nonprofit or develop programs to support young people. Watch as she gives her unique perspective and understanding of the meaning of branding. Elna.
Hey, Lydia.
How's one of my favorite aunties, just in case they're watching, one of my favorite aunties doing?
Oh, they are wonderful. You know, one just moved to Georgia.
Yes,
so,
yes.
We are settling in and trying to get things ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I would miss it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, you are a very special person to me. Not just because you are my client, but more so because you're my auntie in every way that counts. You have been there since I was 10 years old.
It's been that long.
I still remember the black and white checkered suit.
And I still keep it for you.
Yes. I still remember, so you branded that into my mind. I remember when you walked into the church with that black and white checkered suit with your green jewelry. And I was like, who is that lady? And that was our youth church. And that's when you walked into my life, and you've been here ever since.
Yes. That was a lifetime ago.
It was a long time ago. But it's been amazing. You are the reason that I'm here in Georgia. I would even be here if it wasn't for you. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes, how I kidnapped you.
Yes. You basically stole me from Philly. Yes, you did steal me. But
I'm proud of it too.
It was the best kidnapping I could have ever wanted. And I thank God for that. I appreciate you and thank you for changing the direction of my life in that moment, because it was going into a dark place. That was right after my mom passed, and I didn't know what I was going to do with myself, because I spent 3 years taking care of her. I went from, they told me she had 6 months to live.
Yes.
And the 6 months turned into 3 years of me being her caretaker. By that time I had left my job at the chiropractic office. And I couldn't go back after 3 years, like, hey, remember that job you were holding for me? But you felt the need to ask me to come to Georgia to visit you, just to kind of get a breather after she passed. And
I don't think I gave you a choice.
You didn't. You sent me a ticket. I had to get on the flight and come out, and I've just been here ever since. After that week or something, I got in my car and I went back to Philly, got in my car and drove back.
Yes.
And stayed with you for 2 years.
Yes.
Until I was able to kind of get on my feet. So I thank you for that. You are the reason.
I told you not to make me cry.
Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry. Yes, I did. No, but I really thank God for you being obedient and opening your home up to me and allowing me the opportunity to just be with you and learn from you. And you were my mentor. You were my mother. Aww. You are
a daughter to me. I always tell you that. You're not Lydia. I don't know you as Lydia. Everybody knows you as Lydia, the great brand manager. You are a daughter to me. You are the little girl that I raised, into a woman and into a wonderful professional young woman, and you're very successful. You are my daughter. I always tell you that. You are my daughter. I cannot wait for the day that I can get on that hill, that 7-inch high or whichever one it is, to see you do everything else. after that. So,
Thank you.
and that's the last phase I'm waiting for.
That's what you're waiting for?
That's the last phase.
But I do remember when I was younger, I used to look up to you, and because you'd be in and out, moving around with your briefcases and stuff. And I was like, one day I'm gonna be just like her.
And you are better than me. You are so better than me. Then now you are blending me.
Yes. And that's why it's so special, is because for me to watch you and want to learn from you and say I want to be like you when I grow up, and then for you to trust me with your brand, with your image, with your company, that means so much.
Who else would I choose besides you? You've been through it all. You always say that I've been at every step of your life. I feel that you have also been at every step in my life as well, because you know me when I started to be a professional, even though I was much older. But I learned a lot from you. Over the years, I can tell you, I have learned a lot, and I've told you that many times, how you helped me grow as a person, as a professional, and also as a mother, because you trust me and come to me just like any child would go to their mom and ask questions and ask for advice and guidance and stuff like that. You've always done that. So I've learned from you as well and grow with you.
You literally have. You literally have. And I thank you for that. So, and I also went through your program. I was the first generation of the program for Family Support Circle, which is the nonprofit that you have founded.
Yes.
And I know it started off faith-based in the church.
Yes.
And that's when you walked in the green jewelry in the black and white suit. But yeah, so that's when you walked into the church and you started the nonprofit organization, Family Support Circle. And we were the first generation youth.
Yes.
That's actually how I know Geraldine's husband.
I know.
Because he was the president of the youth.
Yes.
So he watched me grow up as well. So to be able to go through that program with the youth, and also be able to go through not only the beginning stage, but also be there when it became outside of the faith-based arena, and go more public, and then to now sit on the board.
Yes.
Well, first I started working there.
Yes, you are a marketing person.
Yes, I was the marketing person. That's when you moved me to Georgia. So I started doing your marketing there. So I learned a lot of the marketing while I was under you.
Yes.
Working with Family Support Circle, because I was kind of getting my feet wet and learning the ropes and things of that
and
nature.
You are a fast learner. I mean, I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, the way you just take on the task and then, turn it into something beautiful. And that's what you've done with whatever it is that you put your hands on.
Thank you.
And when you started with FSC as a marketing coordinator, and so we didn't have a marketing position. So you turned that into, a big position, and something that now we are using and develop programs and stuff that, people coming behind you can actually follow through. Even now, everyone who we hire in that position, your name is always come up.
Oh, wow. In what way?
There are certain programs that you created, and people come in and they ask questions. And I think you have gotten a couple of phone calls from people we hired, and it's like, I have absolutely no idea. Here's our cell phone number, you better go, because I don't know how to navigate, everyone. I do multitask and I know the basics, but when you perfection something, and it's always difficult for someone else to come behind you and just, take it on. So they do need the training by the person who created it and make it a perfection.
Yeah.
So that's why I send them to you.
Well, I'm honored and I'm privileged to be able to continue to work with you in that capacity. So talk to me about the programs that you do, because you are a doctor of education.
Yes.
Yes. So talk to me a little bit about the different programs that you have created and why you created Family Support Circle in the first place.
Well, as you know, my passion is to work with young people, young men and young women. I started that in New York. I was part of a group, a youth development program in New York when I came from Haiti. And actually that helped me speak English, speak, write, and understood English in 6 months' time when I came here.
Okay.
So because it worked for me, and I was able to finish that program, went to college, got married, went back to church, and the program, I ran that program. So when I moved to Pennsylvania, there was no program in Pennsylvania, you know.
Yes, yes.
We created Family Support Circle as the youth development program as a faith-based activity, and then Family Support Circle was launched from that. It's a passion. It's the end result for me. I am more of a process person.
Okay.
So I look at the beginning and then the end. I see how we can start it and the steps that needs to be taken in order to finish it. So when we bring young people together and we see some of them who drop out of high school or have a lot of behavioral issues, delinquency, and we bring them on, and step by step, little by little, we are able to help them understand the different aspects of their lives. It's not what they see right now, it's where they can go, where they can be.
Absolutely.
And so with that, I was able to work with young people, of course with my partner at that time, and then we have turned around a lot of young people's lives. So it is a passion for me, and I think God created me just to do that.
Absolutely.
Because I honestly cannot see myself doing anything else but that. And so when I see young women like you and Geraldine's husband, who later on became the great that you are, the wonderful young people and productive citizens in society, why not?
Yeah.
That is the best thing ever.
Absolutely.
And I always refer back to you, Geraldine's husband, and other people that I know, that you know, the young men and women that was in your cohort at that time, and you all are doing wonderful things. So if you guys can do it, every child should have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
To do that, to become that person and be that greatness that they can be, because they all have it inside of them. It's just a matter of finding someone who can nourish that and then help them find that and pull it out, and then to be the person that they need to be. So yes, it's a passion for me.
Absolutely, I see it. I mean, your whole body changes when you're speaking about it. It's like it is you. It's always been you. We've always said Family Support Circle is a reflection of you. It's your baby. It was created because you just felt that the need to be able to support families as a whole.
Yes.
So it's not that you just support youth, you work with the entire family.
Yes, Family Support Circle was created as a circle of support to family. And when you create a support to families, you have the family, whether it's a young person, a young man, young woman, or you have an elderly in need of support, or a family in distress because they are the primary caregiver, or they lost their job, they are in distress. So we put that person in the center, and then we circle the support and the resources around them.
Yes.
So whatever services we don't provide, we partner with other organizations that can provide the additional support. We can refer them out. So that's why Family Support Circle was created. The name was created as such, so that we provide the circle of support to families.
Awesome.
And that's what it is.
Awesome. What are some of the services that you guys provide?
The youth development covers after school and summer enrichment program. We have a scholarship program. We also have a mentoring program. You created the youth in the community, if you remember that.
Yes, I remember.
Where we provide services for them in their own community, whether it's food, it's resources, it's counseling, and then we provide that support for them. And in the home, we have two divisions. The home and community-based program, we primarily serve people in their home, whether it's people with developmental disabilities, autism, or elderly with who are medically frail and complicated. So they need services in the home. So we hire CNA, HHAs, nurses, LPNs. They come with their certification. We just train them and then send them out to provide the support and services in the homes. We also have a food pantry where we serve people in the community. You know, with COVID-19, that's still going on. A lot of people are having a hard time. So our food pantry basically support people. We provide a box of food or more for them on a weekly basis. They come pick it up and then they go home and they can have a meal. We also have the summer food program where we serve youth and young adults during the summer months. As you know, a lot of young people during the summer months, they don't have anything to eat. Whether if they have access to breakfast, they don't have access to lunch and dinner, or they may have access to only dinner. So what we do during the summer months, we provide a breakfast and lunch and or dinner for them, and then they are able to get at least 2 meals a day. We serve primarily kids who are in low socioeconomics. They may be from a single parent or living with their grandparents because their parents are either on drugs or incarcerated and their grandparents are taking care of them. And those kids really living with a 60-year-old, 70-year-old grandparent, they really don't have that support. So we serve those kids as well. In addition to that, we teach young men and young women the process of getting themselves involved in healthy relationships.
Okay.
Nowadays, with drugs and alcohol, young people tend to follow the crowd, peer pressure, and they're doing things that they don't typically would want to do. But because my friends are doing it, or I am in the crowd and everybody's doing it, if I don't do it, I'm not cool, or I cannot be part of that crowd. So we teaching them sexual risk avoidance, and with that, we teach healthy relationship, what's healthy and what's not healthy. We give them the tools to make informed decisions. You don't have to do something because your friend is doing it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be involved with something because you want to be part of the crowd. It's okay to be outside of that crowd, but you remain true to yourself. So we teach them those skills and how they can live without being part of the crowd if they choose to. They don't have to feel that they have to be. So those are some of the services that we provide in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And it is a lot. But because we want to cover the family as a whole, remember, family support circle,
Absolutely.
is a circle of support to families. So we cover all of the different areas that we can cover.
Yeah.
And the ones that we don't cover, like mental health, we don't have a mental health component.
Okay.
But we partner with other organizations. And if we have a parent or a family member or one of our youth in need of mental health, especially with COVID-19, everybody goes to school online. Some kids are really feel lost, and so we refer them out to those partner agencies where they can receive counseling, group counseling, different activities.
Oh, that's amazing. And of course, I've seen firsthand the services that you provide to, not only Pennsylvania, but here in Georgia, and also in Haiti. So,
In Haiti,
so it is an international effort.
Yeah. National and international.
Absolutely. So talk to us a little bit about how you expanded into those different territories and how it's been.
Well, education is my thing.
Yes. Yes.
I love education. I love to educate young people, and I love to be educated as well. It's two ways. And I ask a lot of questions when I go somewhere. I see something I don't understand or things that are going on. I ask a lot of questions because I like to understand. And I see if I am that way, anyone else and everyone else can be that way. So there's always an opportunity for young people to learn. And so my expansion in Haiti, as you know, I'm from Haiti.
Absolutely, yes.
And education is not a number one thing for us. There are kids who have not been in school. They are 10, 11, 12 years old. They have not been in school. So since 2009, my God put in my heart to go to Haiti and educate kids just like I'm doing here in America. But of course, with the political issues and everything else that's going on. And I kept pushing it back until God said, it's time. So in 2016, I went to Haiti. And I was just going. I said, okay, God, I'm going. I'm going to try to do what you want me to do because I'm trying to be obedient, even though sometimes I resist. And so I went. And I said, well, I was going to see wherever there was a need. And I wanted to do it in my family's background. But when I went there, God turned everything upside down because that's not where He wanted me to go. And so I ended up going in a different area. And when I went there, my former sister-in-law went with me. That's her hometown. and she called all the kids in the neighborhood. We had about 57 of them.
Yeah.
Of the 57 of them, only 5 of them were going to school.
Oh, wow.
And the other 52 were basically between the ages of 1 year old to 13 years old who were not in school.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5 who went to school, they walk about 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon to go to school.
They walk?
They'll walk to school
Wow.
for 2 hours in the morning. So they leave early in the morning before the sun comes out, and then they come back after the sun goes down. So they really don't see daylight unless it's Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
And I got to a point, I said, okay, God, this is where you want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I prayed about it and I went back. I talked to the board, and everybody said, well, if that's where God wants you to be, then that's where we are.
Yeah.
And so God has blessed me with a wonderful board, people on our boards, and they made it very easy. They rallied up, and we did a fundraising, which and we had the first funding to start a summer program, summer 2016. So since summer 2016, we started with about 36 kids, and now we have 78 kids that we provide education for. So we are there from 7 o'clock in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. We provide, just regular educational activities for the kids, and then we feed them. We also feed them. So, and it has been a blessing.
Yes.
God has sent people my way from the north to the south, from the east to the west, to help us out and either give us in-kind donations or financial support to support our program here as well as in Haiti.
That's amazing.
So I am blessed.
Yes. And I had the pleasure of going to Haiti with the board.
Yes, you did.
To be able to go see and be with the kids and
You have been in every aspect.
everything. That's what a good brand manager does. I'm all up in it. I'll go to Haiti for you.
Yes.
Yes, we spent a week in Haiti. We went all over the place. My God,
Yes,
we were
we
taking
did.
drives to like 3 different
Yes.
communities. Some were
And-
5-hour drives.
And you did activities with the kids
Yes,
as well
yes,
at the
we
school.
did. We danced and sang with the kids. It was awesome.
And they always talk about that. Where is Miss Lydia coming
Do
back?
they remember? Oh my gosh. It was amazing. It was amazing to see them and to be in that area and in the neighborhood. But it was scary going up that mountain. I thought I was going to lose my life. I thought I was going to lose my life going up that hill in that big truck. And we were at the edge. It was like, there's no more land. Like, oh man.
When you said, oh, I haven't got married yet.
No.
I don't have a kid
I
yet.
like tell my daddy I love him. Somebody, I mean, but yes, but Haiti's my home country as well, so it was an honor to be able to go back and give back and be part of that expansion. So I thank you for the experiences that you've brought to me as well, because you're part of my brand expansion. You are the reason I am essentially a brand manager here in Atlanta, Georgia. So thank you for
That's what you say.
After God, of course.
After God,
After
yes.
God.
Yes, well, thank you for being you. The one thing that I learned from you is that you were not afraid to let people know if you are scared or you are confused or you don't understand certain things, and to explain it to you. And I've learned that from you over the years, and it really has helped me to be more transparent as well. And with that, it makes it easier for anyone to connect with you. So it really makes it easier for us to have the relationship that we have. Because it's not that, well, I'm the brand manager, or I'm this, I'm that, and if you have questions or if you don't know something, you just have to pretend that you know. You always let people know. If I don't know it, well, I don't know it.
But I'm gonna find out though.
Let me find out.
I'm gonna find out.
Let me find out. So, and then you always come back, oh, I found this. Look. And you are a researcher.
Yeah.
So, which is wonderful. And I thank you for that. Thank you. You helped me become a better leader, a better mom.
That's big. That's huge. And I can only pray that I'll be half the mom and wife that you have presented to me and showed me. I used to watch you cook in the kitchen. I'm trying to, I'm gonna have to come back though, because I don't want them to send me back and be like, this one's broken. So I'm gonna have to come back, take some cooking classes again.
They will. Because once you get to it, you're gonna remember everything that you learned.
Yes. But thank you so much for joining me today and for talking and being transparent and open, and just thank you for being a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being you, for being Lydia, and for being obedient and listen as well.
Yes.
Because I remember when I said, Lydia, you need to leave Pennsylvania, you need to come to Georgia, and let's go. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And you did not, give me lip or anything like that. You said, okay, I'm coming for a weekend. And I appreciate that in you. And if I've ever said that to you, now I'm telling you. And because of that, we are here today. Thank you. Thank you, God, first, and thank you.
Awesome. Well, where can people find information about you and your organization?
Well, we do have a website. Family Support Circle has a website, www.familysupportcircle.org. In there, they will find all of our information. We have our email address, which is info@familysupportcircle.org. And our phone numbers and contact information is also on the website. We are gearing up for summer, because summer's right around the corner. Last year we did everything virtual. This year we are trying to do a hybrid program, where we have some virtual and some face-to-face activities. A lot of parents have been calling and asking if we're going to do face-to-face programming, which we will be doing this summer. And so we're gearing up for that, to serve the families and the kids during the summer.
That's awesome. Well, keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up.
Yes.
Keep going, like they say in our community. Keep going.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And it's always a pleasure. And let's just continue doing what we do best.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Awesome.
Yes.